So we're going to get started here. Good afternoon, everyone. This is a very large crowd. It's very impressive. I'm thrilled to see everyone here. So thanks for joining us this wonderful occasion. For those that don't know me, my name is Dave Liechti. I am the chair of the Board of Governors and worked with this wonderful search committee to find our new president-to-be. And so before I introduce, they have Mr. Wilson written every time. And well, because Matthew is too formal, you said, so I might say Matt. Okay. So before I introduce you to Matt, I'd like to give him an opportunity to speak. I want to recognize some of the people in the audience. First, it would be an understatement not to thank Dr. Varbedian and his wife Laurel as well. She's not here, I don't think, but for all of his achievements, and we really appreciate your service. And because of your service in these 11 years to the university, you have set a foundation for which us to grow and to continue to grow. So thank you on behalf of the Board of Governors and for everyone here. Next, we do have some Board of Governors here I want to introduce, and I'd like you to stand if you would, please. Rick Ebersole is one of our newest board members. Rick. Kayla Schoonover. I have Vice Chair Debbie Smith. Mr. Lee Tiemann. And we have Student Governor Paul Granberry. We have two that were not able to make it. Al Landis is in Florida with his grandchildren at Disney World, and Greg Mason is, I'm not sure where Greg is. He's in Lee Summit, I believe. So we also have some elected officials here that I would like to thank for being here today. One is on behalf of Senator Roy Blunt. Brant Shields is here someplace. There's Brant. Joseph Hageman is here to represent Sam Graves. There he is, back in the back. Representative Bill Faulkner is here. Where's Bill? Bill's there. And we have a presiding commissioner here, Lee Sawyer. Lee? There's Lee Sawyer. So that's nice to have representation, and I explained to Matt that we have a lot of support at all these levels, so it's impressive that you're here. Also, I need to recognize probably the most important group of this bunch, which is the Presidential Search Committee. And they are all kind of seated in this second row, and I truly appreciate all their hard work. I'd like you all to stand, please, and let's give them a big round of applause for all their work. So I'm getting close to introducing Matt, but I want to tell you a quick story that happened yesterday at our house. So I decided I was going to have a few people from the search committee come over to have pizza because it was Sunday night. Where do you go? And so I asked him to send out an email, and I said, why don't you just invite them all and their spouses and see who comes? Well, we had nearly 40 people come, which was great. It was fantastic. So they ring on the side door. Matt and Noriko came early, and I thought it was the pizza being delivered. And so they're parked there, and he goes, can I store a shovel in your garage till we move here? And I thought, what are you doing with a shovel? And that's what I said. Why would you have a shovel? And he said, we had a little time when we went down and sandbagged today. And I said, are you kidding me? And so this is just an example of the kind of people they are, and they dug in. They're here. They've got a few hours. What do? They go down and do sandbags. So I was really impressed, and the community, I know, will see a lot of that kind of participation from you too, because I can just tell in the short time that we've gotten to know each other. The other really kind of quick story is you had a really great story about the phone call, and I'm going to just make it very brief. When we called Tuesday night, we met at 5:30. And we met, and Matt knew we were meeting at 5:30, and we discussed this being the board and just the board. And it was about 7:40, I think, that I called you, and it was 8:40 your time. And Noriko said that as the time went by, Matt was getting a little more frustrated because he hadn't been getting a call. And he was pacing, and their son said, "Dad, it's going to be okay." But she said when we called and said congratulations, it was like a kid at Christmas time. Said he was running around from room to room with a cell phone, talking. He was all excited, and I can just picture this. So that's the kind of energy that I'm expecting going forward. And there you have it. So let's see where I'm at here. Okay, so now it's my pleasure. I'm going to introduce the man who's going to be the president as of July 1st. And I better get my glasses here. Matt is currently a professor of law at the University of Akron Law School after serving as the president of University of Akron from 2016 to 2018. While he was president, he helped lead the university to a remarkable 2-year budgetary turnaround, eliminating a projected $30 million deficit in 2016 and 17, and adding $12 million to the reserves. Matt also participated in fundraising efforts that saw a substantial increase in donations, including a $20 million student scholarship campaign and the largest single gift in university history. He also oversaw innovative approaches to student recruitment and retention. Prior to serving as president at the University of Akron, Matt was the dean at the University of Akron Law School, where he oversaw a successful $21 million debt-free renovation and fundraising campaign for the law school facilities and helped achieve a 40% increase in new student enrollment over 2 years. He also served as an associate dean at the University of Wyoming College of Law and a senior associate dean and general counsel of Temple University, Japan. Matt served as, it says Mr. Wilson, I have to keep skipping that. Matt served as a visiting professor at 3 universities in Asia and has lectured extensively across the country and the world. He received a Bachelor of Science in Political Science and a Bachelor of Arts in Asian Studies with a Japanese minor from the University of Utah. Matt earned his JD degree from Temple University Beasley School of Law. He and his wife, Noriko, have 4 children and 3 grandchildren and 1 on the way. As we know, Matt, throughout the search process, the search committee appreciated, as we got to know Matt throughout the search process, the search committee appreciated his strong commitment to student success and his innovative and creative approach to problem solving. So I am confident that under your leadership, Missouri Western will continue to be an outstanding university and a crucial part of this economic and cultural vitality of this region. Please welcome Matt to Missouri Western. Congratulations. Thank you. You bet.
I think we can all go home now. No, thank you, Dave, for those touching words and for every one of you who is here today. I'm truly, truly touched. In fact, you know, what a wonderful day it is, and what a thrill it is to be here in the wonderful town of St. Joseph. I'm going to pause there for a second. And you'll get to find me. I'm very, very direct and blunt. I've been saying St. Joe's, and so people tell me, never say St. Joe's. It's St. Joe or St. Joseph. So I'm here in the wonderful town of St. Joseph. On the campus of the beautiful, beautiful Missouri Western State campus. And we're so excited to be here, both Noriko and I, with such a distinguished group. In fact, our family is incredibly excited about this opportunity. As I look out over this crowd, I truly want to welcome you all here to hear a few words from me. And I want to thank you more than anything for the warm welcome that you have presented to me. On that note, I also would like to express my appreciation, not only to everyone who is here today, but also the individuals who have reached out, greeting both Noriko and I and our family, and extending a warm, warm welcome from St. Joseph and Missouri Western. In fact, one of the things that was striking was, as folks have reached out to us, print, electronically, via phone, if this is what warm feelings exist here in this community, I wonder if we could bottle all of these up and ship this all around the world. Because with all of the problems that we have in the United States and in the world, imagine the warmth of this community being spread far and wide, and the attitudes that we would be able to change, and the differences that we would be able to make. And so, as I got to know Missouri Western, I can tell you the excitement that my wife disclosed in one of my weak moments, my true self coming out and truly being excited about being here, the feeling was genuine. Every contact that I had with each one of you, every time that I was here, either incognito or, and there was one time, I'll have to share it with you, or something that was announced, we truly grew to love this community. And as we were coming back from sandbagging yesterday, Noriko turned to me and said, you know what? This feels like home. Thank you for welcoming us to our new home. In that same vein, let me just pause and give some more targeted thank yous. Thank you to the members of the Board of Governors, each one of you, to the chair, Dave Liechti, the search committee, and those that were involved in the hiring process for truly putting your faith in me. It's my goal and our goal never to disappoint you, to try our best. And I'll let you know that maybe our best is not going to be good enough, but we're going to do everything possible to make this university an even greater place. To Dr. Vardabedian, thank you. Thank you for your leadership and your guidance of the university. It's been tremendous. The respect that I have come to know of everybody in the community for you is truly something that you should be honored by. And I know that I am feeling less than worthy to follow in your footsteps. But through your personal and collective efforts, you've been able to create and to capitalize on opportunities. You've steered the university through challenging times. You've secured invaluable resources that have positioned the university to go forward for decades to come. You've positively impacted, and this is probably the most important thing, the individual, by helping students succeed, to get their degrees, to graduate, and to become great members of our community, and I thank you for that. I also would like to thank my wonderful wife, Noriko. Her sacrifices, her support, her willingness to relocate, her excitement to serve others, and her priceless contributions to the success of our children and our grandchildren, I can't look at her, have been just amazing. I hope that each one of you will get the opportunity to meet Noriko. She's a special, special lady that took a chance on me when I was a really young college student. And I can't imagine having you not be part of my life. So thank you for 29 wonderful years, and hopefully at least 29 more. Thank you. So today I have this wonderful opportunity to share some thoughts with you while I've captured your attention, and at some point in time you'll probably say, boy, when is this guy going to shut up? But it's in my DNA. I have to apologize. But as I was thinking, what I might say to you today, what you might remember from this instance when I officially start on July 1st, if I were you sitting in the audience, what you might want to know from me, I'm not sure whether I'm going to live up to your expectations today, but I'm certainly going to do my best. And as we move forward and we go ahead, we're going to do some wonderful things. I promise you that. So if you don't mind, I want to talk to you about this concept of going forward and focus on this mentality. There's a saying, and I know I'm going to butcher it. It's actually engraved on the walls in one of our rooms back in Hudson, Ohio. And it's a quote from Albert Einstein that talks about the bicycle. That when you ride a bicycle, you need to keep moving to get that to go forward. And as an institution, you're moving forward. And I think that we can continue to move forward, we can advance excellence, and we can propel things going forward. So let's talk about what going forward might look like. Now, going forward, I think one of the biggest things that a new president can do is to listen. As your incoming president, it's my intention to solicit information, to listen intently to your thoughts, your observations, and your ideas. Please know that listening trumps any preconceived notions or any plans or things that I might have. In fact, I have discovered throughout my life that through listening, you can truly discover. You can formulate a foundation for collective initiatives and also for mutual success. Throughout my career, I've also learned that listening and effective communication can facilitate understanding. It can foster inclusion. It can build strong relationships. It can help with solutions. It can help us overcome conflict. It can improve accuracy, among other things. So you have my commitment that I will always be there for you 24/7. Actually, let me revise that, 27. I've got to get 4 hours of sleep. I have quite a lot of things to learn, and I'm going to rely on you. Although I've spent a lot of time over the past couple of months getting to know Missouri Western, I've got much, much more to learn. And as I know from my experience as a university president, as a college dean, as a professor, as associate dean, I've got a lot of things to learn. So my invitation to you today is please teach me and please educate me and help me find the way. In fact, one of the things that I love in the strategic plan that you have here, and it's even taught me something about my own philosophy, is this idea that every person within a university community is an educator. When I read that in your plan, I knew, you know what? This is the place for me. Because that's what I love about education, is every person in an organization being an educator. We have the unique opportunity to make an impact on the life of the individual, the family, the community, the region, the state, the nation, and the entire world. And so when people are asking, wow, Matt's lived around the world. He spent 14 years in Japan. He's spent a year and a half on a tropical island. He spent the last 7 summers in South Korea. He's lived in Utah and Wyoming and Florida and Pennsylvania and Ohio. Why in the world does he come to St. Joe, Minnesota, Missouri? I couldn't resist. I'm sorry. Coming to the wonderful state of Missouri, we are so excited. We're so excited to learn. We're so excited to move forward and to take Missouri to wonderful heights. Find out I got a little bit of a sense of humor. Now, I want to shift gears a little bit, but I want to keep our eye on this ball of moving forward. You know, during my 5 years at the University of Akron, I've learned a lot about kangaroos. As long as we're on a light note, why kangaroos? Well, somebody asked me once as I was wearing a kangaroo on my lapel, and I can't tell you how honored I am to be wearing a griffin on my lapel. I've been wearing a kangaroo for the last 5 years. And people would ask me, are you from Australia? And I would say, no, I'm from Akron. And they said, are there kangaroos in Akron? I would say at the zoo. But we actually have a mascot at the University of Akron, and her name, yes, her name is Zippy. Zippy the kangaroo. And as I talked to folks that were coming through the university and thinking where they needed to be to move forward in their future, I would talk about kangaroos. And I don't know how much you've thought about kangaroos or studied kangaroos, but an interesting thing about a kangaroo is they never move backwards. Because of their tail, they can't walk backwards. Kangaroos can't jump backwards. That would be a true disaster. And so kangaroos are always moving forward. And this idea of moving forward and hopefully moving quickly forward became part of me that I want to bring here with all of my energy to St. Joe, Missouri. Now, as I transition, kangaroo's not going to be on my lapel. But this idea of moving forward is going to be. What I have discovered is that Missouri Western does a great job in moving forward. That's the mission and the goal, is to build upon the great foundation that has been built here, to move it forward. As we have looked into and we've studied and examined you, what I've seen is what you have here is truly, truly remarkable. What I can tell, there are great leaders, great professors, exceptional staff, tremendous supporters, more hands-on practical learning opportunities than ever before, and a recognition that we can truly make an impact on the world around us. It's my mission to help the world discover the magic that we have here at Missouri Western. There's so many great things here at this university that range from accessibility to affordability, to quality, to hands-on practical learning, to opportunities in academics, in music, the arts, sports, in life, and in leadership. At the same time, in true Griff's spirit, I'm confident that we can join forces together to collectively increase our impact, to overcome challenges in this changing and challenging time in higher education. Building on a foundation of what you have with access, affordability, and excellence and quality, we truly have the opportunity to come together and to innovate, to be creative, to have approaches that are going to impact and benefit our students, so that students not only come here to Missouri Western, but that they graduate from Missouri Western. Why? So that the individual can have that true impact of a wonderful degree here from Missouri Western, so that they can impact their family and their community and their friends. We can, here together as one, reach new heights in academics, in arts, in music, in athletics. We can teach our students how to communicate effectively, how to think critically, how to lead, how to innovate, how to be entrepreneurial, and how to celebrate differences. We can open minds, we can open eyes, and we can open hearts. In fact, we can open more corridors as we move forward to practical learning opportunities and career pathways. We can expand opportunities on a global scale. I look back at my own childhood, and I was just the average little kid named Matt, growing up on the streets of Salt Lake City, Utah, with very little resources. My parents cared about me and they did their best, but we didn't have resources. My parents told me from a very young age, Matt, you need to go and get a college degree. But Matt, unfortunately, you're the oldest of 6, and we don't think we're going to be able to pay for it. So when I applied to schools, I applied to 2 schools. Now, really, I should have only applied to 1. And my mother and father, who aren't here today, but they're tuning in remotely, my mother said, Matt, you don't have money to apply to 2 colleges. Why don't you just apply to your local institution? Well, I wanted to show her that with my paper route money, I could change the world and I could apply to 2, knowing that there was no way that I could go to another institution besides the one that was there locally for me. But somehow, somewhere, I woke up and here I am standing in front of you with an appreciation of what each one of you contributes on a daily basis to making the world a better place, to empowering people like Matt, who aren't the smartest folks in the world, who don't come from wealth, who just want to be better, that just want to go out and to serve others and to make an impact on the world. I hope that together over the course of the next several years, we can truly reflect on who we are and where we need to go, and together we can come up with some creative ideas to make it work, to keep people in school, to remove obstacles, to help them, to carry them when times are tough. That's what I hope that we can do together. You've got a wonderful sense of family and community that are here. I hope that we can facilitate an even stronger one, that we can grow in curiosity, that we can grow in service. Personally, I look forward to contributing in all of these aspects and being together, just a member of the team. Hopefully, I can help contribute by securing additional resources and advocating on behalf of MWSU, helping you to champion excellence in teaching, skills training, scholarship, research, student outcomes, and the community impact. The future, I know, is exciting and bright. That's why I can jump off of the couch at 8:40 in the evening as Dave gives me a call. So as I transition from the world of kangaroos to the world of griffins, I had a question today, what does a griffin say? Still got to think about that one. Thanks, Chloe. I'm convinced that here at Missouri Western, everything is possible. Especially if we redouble our commitment to students, student success, applied learning, degree completion, service, workforce readiness, and the like. As we strive to serve our students, I hope that we can move with the speed of an eagle and the strength of a lion. Go Griffs, and thank you. I look forward to working with you.
We're going to have time for just a few questions, so I'll let somebody raise their hand that'd like to ask a question. Very shy group. I actually have room for 2 or 3 questions, so anybody.
So I didn't talk long enough?
I guess not. So I guess no questions.
Well, wonderful. Well, Noriko and I look forward to greeting each one of you and hopefully getting to meet you as well. We will be sticking around, so if anybody would like to linger, I believe we've got cookies, right, and other things as well. So again, thank you very much, and thank you for welcoming us into your family.
Fantastic. Good job. Appreciate it.